What's up, traders? Matt from the Trade Brigade here doing a technical analysis on ticker symbol BKKT for Bakkt holdings. On the left-hand side, we have the daily time frame, and on the right-hand side, the 30-minute intraday time frame. First things first, yes, this will of course be an update, and the main thing to discuss is the elephant in the room, the large breakout from Friday's session. What you would also notice is that volume did support the move higher. It's not like we went up on a low volume float higher, and now there's risk of downside. I mean, certainly there's always risk of downside. However, volume did support the move higher from Friday. What I would encourage you to do is take your 30-minute chart and put the extended hour session on, just because we still have some euphoric overhead targets from that post-market session headed into Tuesday of last week. Notably this here at the 52.32. Then we have this shelf, which wasn't really respected, cleanly into in the regular hour session from Friday's end of day push here. We just moved right up through it. What is interesting though is that's exactly where we've parked ourselves into the post-market session there. So does it have some import? Maybe. Again, maybe. A lot can happen between now and when the bell actually rings at 9:30 for Monday, but I would just keep it as a general area on your chart. If it holds, fantastic. You kind of know where that's coming from, right? Basically in here, this shelf, and maybe there's potential for higher. Obviously, your first area of contention would be 45, and after that, you're looking for 52 coming from these highs in here. Certainly, the all-time high based on the pre-market is going to be way up above close to $60. That would be a euphoric target to the upside. Let me turn this back off and sort of talk about volume and how that might unfold. The only way we get to 60 is if volume wants to be on par, 30-minute bars at least, with about, I'd call that, 15, 18 million shares per 30-minute bar. If that's not going to happen, then this is not going to get to 60 in the course of one day. Okay, so that's first and foremost. Could it get there eventually? Absolutely. I'm not saying it can't get there at all, but I am saying volume needs to be elevated if it's just going to straight shot there on either Monday or Tuesday, basically early on in the week. Here are some potential pullback areas for you to pay attention to. Firstly, it would be this breakout point at 30.50. Okay, so if there's a sort of a fall apart here, this would be the first area where I'm sure a ton of people have their eyes on. There's potentially limit orders out here where people are willing to buy the shares for a potential rebound higher. That's the first number. The next one isn't so obvious. This is really not going to be in play anymore. Let's go ahead and get rid of that. And instead, I want to focus your attention on this support trend line. We're clearly forming higher lows, right? If you look at this like this, here's your low, here's your next higher low. Because we've set a new higher high, any pullback into the support trend line will be a buyable area for the next potential higher low. So just something to have on your radar. Could be above this, could be technically, again, if it completely falls apart early on, could be slightly below early on this week. Either way, that support trend line should be on your radar as something to monitor for. That's really going to wrap it up here inside of Bakkt. If we take this out and this out, let's just talk about the worst case or sort of the next case for a buy. It's be patient until we get to 21. Okay, from in here, you can certainly see touches 1 and 2. That's really where all this euphoric activity and price acceptance in here stemmed from. So be patient until 21 or wait for some sort of structural pattern that happens underneath this and this. That's really all I've got for you today inside of Bakkt. If you enjoyed the video or learned anything new, let me know in the comments section or by giving the video a thumbs up. Don't forget our main channel is linked in the description, and all of that being said, I wish you a green trading week.